When is the moment that you got hooked into Yu-Gi-Oh? For myself, the anime was not the answer. However, it certainly did help my love. And one of my favorite moments in the anime, and I'm sure the reason many people got into Yu-Gi-Oh, was the absolutely sick comeback in the first episode of the show. Of course, I'm talking about Yugi's Exodia victory.
Obliterate!
Throughout the 25 years of Yu-Gi-Oh's existence, Exodia has maintained one of the most popular and iconic cards in the entire game. Yet, Konami often doesn't give the deck any support, or when it does, it's not particularly strong. But thankfully now in Master Duel, on the 3rd anniversary, we have gotten a brand new Exodia deck that is actually really powerful. So today I'm going to show you guys my take on the deck, a more combo version, not a stun version, that can really utilize the power of the Millennium Monsters and the Exodia Incarnates that will soon follow. It is time to Exodia Obliterate! Just a reminder, if you guys are enjoying the Let's Make It Meta series, please make sure to like, subscribe, as well as comment down below what deck you want to see me take on in the future. I promise I will get to your suggestions at one point. It does just take a bit of time, or I have to wait for the right moment because I'm waiting for a new card to come out. Stay tuned because I got a cool one coming up that I know one of you guys have been asking for quite a while. With that said, let's talk about the Exodia cards. So the first thing to understand here is, how does this deck work? Now, this isn't a traditional Exodia deck where you want to draw your 5 pieces of Exodia. The new support cards don't really facilitate searching them or drawing particularly easily, so instead your win condition is on the new cards that require the Exodias as engine pieces. And you'll see what I'm talking about with the fusion monster here, your new boss monster, the unstoppable Exodia Incarnate, a level 10 fusion that requires 5 Forbidden One monsters. And no, there's no new Forbidden Ones, it's just going to be the old Exodia pieces you have to play. It cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects in the field, which can kind of help going for lethal. And once per turn, if it battles, you can make this card gain attack equal to your life points. Your life points are going to be an important part of this deck. But this also means you can set up easy 8,000 damage shots pretty simply if your opponent is kind of caught with their pants down. Well, the effects get better from there, as also once per turn when your opponent uses a spell or trap or effect, you can get the activation, kind of like the legendary 6 Samurai Shien. And then it gets better from there, because during the end phase you can set one Exod or Obliterate spell or trap in your deck. This last effect, however, is a bit of a downside, and that is once per turn during your standby phase, you do lose 1,000 life. But still, this is very good, and you'll understand how good it is once we get to the trap cards. But first, you may wonder, how do we summon this? A monster requiring 5 monsters for fusion material without an explicitly way of cheating it out, like, say, Phantom Yugioh. And that is with Millennium Ankh we're going to summon it. It shows 5 Forbidden One monster cards from your deck or face the field, then you summon one unstoppable Exodia Incarnate from your extra deck. Then, though, you have to shuffle this card and any face of monsters you control that aren't Exodias or Millennium cards back into your deck. But then you also cannot summon for the rest of the turn after this activation. And yeah, the biggest thing with this card is it's going to be your finishing blow. You can't really do anything else afterwards, nor can you establish many monsters before committing this card, making it hard to fit this in with other decks, and why a combo variant may seem unintuitive. But still, I'm a madman, so we do it anyways. This card is going to be the absolute key card in your deck, and there's more reasons for that. And you may wonder, oh damn, is this card going to be unsearchable? Is it going to be an inconsistent deck? And thankfully that's not the case, as this deck has a lot of ways to search to it, which we'll get to in a second. But first, let's go over this trap card that we're going to search off of Incarnates and makes it all worth playing. Now, there are a few targets for your Exodia Incarnates that are technically playable. However, I only play one of them, and that is the one that is deemed the best by most players, myself included. That is Exod, Fires of Rage. This card is always treated as an Exod card or an Obliterate card, and if you control level 10 or higher Exodia monster, destroy all cards your opponent controls. Pretty nasty. That's a Regeki and a Feather Duster, and one go on the opponent's turn. And if that wasn't enough, you get a little bit of a bonus with the Graveyard effect as well, in which you can banish it to add a Forbidden One monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand, or shuffle up to 5 Forbidden One monsters from your graveyard banishment back into the deck. Meaning if you do get stopped for some reason, or you get milled from your deck, unfortunately, then you have a bit of recursion and a backup plan, which can suck, right? Because if your Exodia pieces go to the grave, then you can't use Ankh, and that is obviously a huge problem for this deck. Now, those are going to be the main cards in the deck, but that wouldn't be a deck by itself. You need some sort of other thing going on. And thankfully, the Millennium monsters make up that ground by giving you some consistency, as well as bodies and fields to make cool plays with. Now, first, let's start off with Gramps' Blue Eyes. The 4th Blue Eyes that Kaiba rips up is not like the other Blue Eyes. It works for us. It is always treated as a Millennium card, and control of this card cannot switch, which is a cute lore kind of thing, where this one cannot be stolen by Kaiba to tear into pieces. You can discard it to add a Millennium Ankh from your deck to your hand. Search power, obviously a good sign, and Blue Eyes is one of the most searchable cards in the game, so Heart of the Blue Eyes gets the same type of bonus. But furthermore, if this card's in your grave and you successfully activate a Millennium Ankh this duel, and your opponent summons a monster that is level 8 or higher or is more than 3000 attack, you can send that monster to the grave to summon this card, giving you an extra layer of disruption as well as the field presence. This card is really good. That effect, however, is once per duel, so it's going to be a single use disruption. Let's be real. One connection with this Yugioh Incarnate will end the game, so it doesn't matter if we only get one use for this Heart of the Blue Eyes. This card itself is also searchable. This deck is very flexible in how it searches because we've got many ways to access the cards, one of which is going to be with Sengagen. This Millennium card has the same effects that a lot of the other ones have, in which you can place it from your hand into the spell trap card zone like you're placing a stone tablet from the old Egyptian days. Then you'll cast them from the back row and summon themselves super easily. So now you get to play as an old ancient Egyptian sorcerer. The 3 high-level Millennium monsters that aren't Heart of the Blue Eyes can pay 2000 life points or reveal a Millennium Ankh in your hands to summon them from the back row and then do one bonus effect. Sengagen adds a Millennium monster from your deck to your hand. This is going to be important because it gets you Heart of the Blue Eyes or one of your other high-level Millenniums that are pretty solid. One of which could be Shield of the Millennium Dynasty. When summoned, lets you add a Millennium Ankh from your deck to your hand. Fantastic. That's just more ways to search your fusion spell. And then lastly, for the big ones, we got Millennium Golem. Golem is important because it has an extra lingering effect that helps you get your Ankh through. And that is the activation of Millennium Ankh cannot be negated, but still has an on-summon effect like the other ones. This one's on-summon effect lets you add a Yugioh Temple from your deck to your hand. Yugioh Temple is your field spell that has a couple effects, but only one really matters, and that is you can place a monster from your hand in spell trap card zone to place one Millennium from your deck in the spell trap card zone as a continuous spell. This is all going to act as a bunch of consistency pieces to make sure you have a lot of monsters alongside Ankh every single duel. Now you may ask, what do you do with all these monsters that you're summoning? Because, well, they go shoveled into the deck unless they're Millennium cards, so unless you just leave them on the field, you can't make any good use out of them. Well, that's almost true. If you can get use of your monsters before you shuffle them back in your deck, you can summon battle cry minions like if we're in Hearthstone, or just on summon effects. Now what I'm looking for in this deck is, for one, the Fiendsmith cards, because you get them into the graveyard. That way they're good follow-up on the next turn, and you can still establish some disruption from them right now. But if we convert our on-field Millenniums into Fiendsmiths and then go into a Beatrice, we get to send a disruption, and then the Fiendsmith cards will still be there for future turns. We want some extra kick. We could also, however, go for Silhouette Rabbit, a powerful card that sets a continuous trap from our deck. So we can set the Azaroon statue, and for example, we can set Angel Statue Azaroon, which is going to act as a negate for one monster opponent summons, giving us some further interruption to back up our Yugioh Incarnate, which, while very powerful, is still just 2 disruptions only. And that is really good for one card, and they're very high quality disruptions. But sometimes we need a little more, and converting our bodies into these sort of other effects is going to tie it all together rather well. As well as these extra extenders give you some more potency for when we go second and have to put up with powerful plays from our opponent. Now, with all that said, let's take a look at the deck list. Okay, so this is my deck. Now, it may look like there are a lot of things going on, but that's okay. It's exactly what I was going for here. I've taken on the board breaker approach, as when we go first, our combo should be more than enough to win without the need of hand traps. And then I went for more impactful cards when we go second that should do more heavy lifting into powerful fields. Maxine Fulos being the only hand traps because of just how raw powerful they are when you go second. Then I've incorporated a huge suite of graveyard effects that work well off of Beatrice. For example, the Fairy Tale Snow, the Black Goat Laughs, the Fiendsmith of Paradise even, as well as importantly the Rainbow Bridge of Salvation. Rainbow Bridge of Salvation is an important card because it converts your non-Millennium hands into Millennium hands. Because we can go into Fiendsmith cards, Beatrice send the Rainbow Bridge, then from there, banish the Rainbow Bridge to add a Crystal Beast from deck to your hand, and then you get to add the Yugioh Temple. Temple then gets to continue placing your Millenniums, and voila. The Crystal Beast portion of this deck also further adds some synergy where you get to add a card like Rainbow Dragon from deck to your hand, and then place it for Yugioh Temple. What that means is you don't have to give up any other monsters to make Yugioh Temple live. Placing monsters in the spell trap card zone also has further benefit from the brand new Snake Eyes Doomed Dragon, a boss monster that converts your back row monsters into a monster on field that also is removal. It's a nice addition to the deck that wasn't legal in the TCG when I showcased this deck first. Now lastly, we got one more piece of synergy to explore, and that is Melody of Awakening Dragon. You can grab high-level dragons, and guess what is a dragon? Heart of the Blue Eyes, give you more access to Ankh, as well as we've incorporated in one arch nemesis Escados, which can banish monsters from your grave with different types, summon it, and then you get to lock your opponents out of certain types, same you do with Protos. Now, in this format, with expecting a lot of Fiendsmith decks, you want to destroy Fiends. So if you can get an Engraver on field next to your Escados, you call Fiends, destroy your Engraver, you should lock your opponents a fair bit out of what they were planning to do. So that is the game plan for today, a more combo version of the Millennium deck. It is really powerful, and I'm excited to give it a run, especially as I haven't got a chance to play this deck with the Heart of the Blue Eyes card, which was a later support addition in the TCG. Now, there is one other way of playing this deck as well, and that is a stun version, which you can see me play against Josh in our last video. However, if you want me to do a Let's Make a Meta episode for another version of this deck, the stun version, then let me know, and I can take on that version soon. With that said, it's time to obliterate. All right, so looks like we're playing a 60 card mirror match here against Monster MNS. Sorry. Now, in terms of what we want to start with here, the question is always going to be, what's the best way to play around hand traps? If we get Droll and Lockbirded on tracks, that'll feel really bad. And I have no way of avoiding paying life points, so I'll have to some degree no matter what. I think what I want to do is I'm going to lead Wedgie Temple to play around Droll and Maxi the best, and just go for Ankh. And then I'll like place, not Ankh, like place shields to grab Ankh. Then if this all resolves, then I can use Sengagen and Tract, whatever, and do some combos. So yeah, this is how I'm going to lead. This will cost 2,000 life points. And okay, so looks like there's no hand traps here, which is somewhat expected from a 60 card deck. We'll check for Droll here. No Droll. Okay, so we should be relatively good to go. I'm going to summon out the Sengagen here. Now, you could argue that I maybe burned a body by not getting... because I could have gone for Blue Eyes Heart instead, which may have been better. Or sorry, I could have added the spell via the Blue Eyes Heart and then had more bodies. No, I don't think I could have actually. I'm trying to think what the best way to do is here. Is if I go Tract, can't go. Want to go Blue Eyes? Yeah, the Blue Eyes is probably good. 60 card deck could have some high level monsters. Second Ankh can feel a little redundant, but it's fine. Now we want to bolster our field as much as possible. The fact that I have this as extension means that I shouldn't really have a problem getting out high power monsters. I don't play Secret Village to get off of Rainbow Bridge, so we're not going to be Beatrice sending that. Beatrice is going to send something else. What I want it to be will depend. I'll decide later, I guess. But first, let's go through the motions here. Cycle some cards out. Effect. Tribute special from deck. That Engraver. I almost wanted him to hand trap me with these two in my hand, but not going to be anything here. Alright, so let's link these away. Sequence. Give me a couple more link bodies up. Again, Desiree doesn't matter for us, so committing to Beatrice is fine. We still place the what's it called, obviously, because it may come up later. The Desiree, because we make in the grind game. Sorry, I'm losing my focus. I'm running low on time, all things considered. I mean, not low, but 100 seconds, and I haven't really played that much. Special summon it, yes. Now from here, where to go? Where to go? And I get to set a card from my deck. Let's detach Engraver. Snow, or it could be a Blackout Lapse, or it could be a Fiendsmith in Paradise. I'm gonna go with Blackout Lapse, I think. Would be the best one. I mean, if he uses a trap, then I'm using a monster effect, I'm gonna want to the Blackout Lapse for a thrust. But if he uses a monster effect, then he gets a talent him and he's kind of boned, so. The alternative is Snow, but do I have enough cards for Snow? I don't really think I have enough setup right now. I didn't go through any of the Crystal Beast combos that would have placed more cards in the Spell and Trap cards zones. So yeah, let's go Blackout Lapse. That'll be fine for now. Now from here, I want to draw a card. Link off these two for the Lizard Haggardos. I'm gonna banish itself. I'm not gonna burn, just to keep Fiend Engrave, because I want to shuffle one back now, and then I want to have Engraver plus Life Fiend and Engrave for the opponent's turn. So yeah, banish itself to make this 800 attack. Doesn't matter. Draw a card. Melody. That's pretty good. That will give me access to another Anko if I need to, but more importantly, it's going to give me access to a Nemesis package. So let's let that rip. I'm going to get rid of the Thrust here because I got rid of the Black Goat Laughs already. I'm going to get the... I can get the... It's funny how you can get like the Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon and then place it off Wedgie Temple. I'm getting this for sure. Is there a world where I get the Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon over Ankh? Or over this? Because I already have a second Ankh in hand. Maybe, to be honest. You know what? Obviously, I'm not using it this turn, but that's not even bad. So I'm going to do that. This one's a Beast Warrior, so I'm going to banish a Fairy, a Warrior, and I will have to banish one of my Light Fiends here to make this work, though, is a bit of the issue. Or I can call Dragon with it in the 60 card. I want to call Fiends. I really want to call Fiends, so I'm not going to overthink this. I'm going to summon this out. Banish 1, banish 2, and I really wish I had one more material to get rid of. I'm just going to have a Light Fiend Engrave. I'm going to get rid of the Lacrima to my chagrin, or I could have got rid of the Blue Eyes again, but no, I think having the Blue Eyes, the Heart of the Eyes of Blue Engrave is going to be important. But okay, yeah, so summon this out. Now I have a Fiend on field that I can declare as a target for a Skatos. Effect, call Fiend. Go. So I will lose that, which is fine. And I'm going to link these off for Seal Hat Rabbit. We're going to get an Azrune statue for a little more defense. And then we're going to Ankh afterwards. So that is going to be the extent of our combos now. I do wish I had one more Fiendsmith card Engrave, one more Light Fiend, just to have a bit better follow-up. But this is still fine, all things considered. A nice bonus of playing an above 40 card deck, and that's what I like about a combo version, is you have less likelihood of drawing these Exodia pieces, and no matter which version of this deck you're playing, drawing the Exodia cards isn't actually good. Alright, do I bluff sets? Nah. Go end phase. End phase, set a card. And voila. Alright, so now we'll see what they're playing. Blocking them out of Fiends is going to be huge. Other Fiends that could matter are Nightmare Phoenix, Promethean Princess, if they're playing like a Snake Eye tier deck. I'm trying to think what other Fiends could exist in this metagame. Chaos Angel, although that's not one that is too much on my radar. Deployment. Okay, so it's branded. This doesn't declare immediately, so this doesn't actually do anything just yet. I can save this or use this now. What do I want to do? I think I let this resolve. And I'll see if they grab Albaz or Cartesia. They're going for Cartesia. Yeah. So what Fiends are in this deck? Unfortunately, I don't think there's that many, so the Skatos had pretty minimal value. Less than I would have liked. But this is still not the end of the world. Almost an Aliber. Okay. Branded Fusion. Okay. So I will probably Exod Fires a Rage if he tries to fuse his Cartesia. Branded Fusion. Okay. I'm going to negate that with my Unstoppable Exodia. Very obviously. It doesn't need the activation though. So if he gets the second one out, then it will be a problem later on. I'm going to chain the effective Fuse. Chaining to Fuse is interesting. I mean, not really, because he's trying to go for Grand Guignol. Alternatively, I can call Grand Guignol off this and hold it. But then if he has an Albaz in hand, it kind of is annoying. So I'm going to chain Exod Fires of Rage, because if he has Albaz, then this kind of sucks. The Black Goat Laughs. No chainable cards. Okay. Hopefully there's no second Cartesia on hand. Okay, it's still Fuse. So we'll see what he can fuse for. Hopefully nothing too crazy. He has Albaz and thing. Okay, so he gets the Rebellion out. Okay. Okay, Brand of Fusion's negated. And then we'll see what he discards off of this Rebellion. That will depend if we die or not. If he discards nothing of too importance, I'm going to chain Black Goat Laughs for Mirror Jade. Discarding Branded in white is interesting. Oh, right, he gets to do that, but he gets back Aliber. That doesn't matter. not going to use that. But yeah, I'm not using that trigger. Let's use this. I'm going to call Mirror Jade. Mirror Jade. I'm running low on time, so I want to be a little careful. I may talk a little less because it's a bit hard to always focus while and like play the game at the right pace while trying to explain my thoughts. Mirror Jade card is the card I'm going to be scared of here. Sending Brandon White's a bit scary because that's obviously a very good card. Oh no, they can still go for Grand Guignol here. Actually, maybe this was a mistake. I think I made a mistake because now they get to go for Mirror Jade anyways. They get to go Grand Guignol, send Albion, send from Neck to Grave, add back Brand Fusion and use Brand Fusion again, which will kind of accomplish what I was trying to avoid. Nope, nothing here. I shuffle back Albaz, which is incredibly strange. Okay, this is the same thing as sending Albion. We'll just send the card that adds back Brand Fusion. They still won't be able to use Mirror Jade here, which is like my one upside. Still not great. Okay, Brand Fusion, sure. And that is fine. This Aliburn being on the field is actually kind of nice for me because now if I kill one of his fusion monsters, this doesn't revive and negate. Yeah, Albion, I'm not going to stop, obviously. Effects, nope. I'm going to use this here, though. That way, if Lubellion comes down, I can negate this one Lubellion. And we'll see what he banishes to summon Mirror Jade here. I'm assuming he's still going for Mirror Jade. He might not. So the question is, when he summons Mirror Jade, do I want to stop that with my Heart of the Eyes of Blue? It'll trigger this to summon Quem is my biggest concern, but that'll be live at some point anyways. So do I mind doing that now? Not really. I probably will stop it then. And I don't care about the field nuke effect because this is immune to that. I'm not sure what the Quem does afterwards. They're thinking though, so this is not easy for them either. We're immediately like launched into a very complex game state, and regrettably don't have the life points that I wish I did. I wish I called the dragon. Oh my god, if I called the dragon versus them, would have been insane. But obviously, I had no idea, knowing this was a branded deck. I think, at least in this current meta, in this like the time I'm recording this, if I'm calling anything, I'm trying to call Fiend. Wait. Hell yeah. Yeah, screw it. I'm good at this now. I know this will trigger, but it's fine. I think getting this off the field is pretty good, because then I get to set another thing in the end phase. Alright, bring this out. Yes, I get to banish this now, summon Quem from deck. What does Quem really do is the thing, like right now Quem shouldn't do that much. Send one. What does this send though? They've used a lot of their fusion potential already. It's the biggest reason why I'm like thinking, okay, sword. So sword adds back, and nothing to add back that's good though. Like, nothing to add back, period, right? No, it just gets back a fusion monster, right? That who cares? Rebellion? Okay. Yeah, this still feels very fine for me. Okay, so they're gonna attack over this. This will die though if they do that. So they still can't bring back the Lubellion, which is the whole point of why I was doing this. It's like the same result as if they just summoned the Lubellion and negated it. People often forget it has this battle protection effect where whatever kills it dies. Set one, and the end phase will set another Regeki. They'll do their trigger first, I guess. And then we're gonna have the reset spell and trap negate. The Regeki plus spell and trap negate should be enough to kill him. We're gonna lose 1,000 obviously immediately, but that's fine. Effects. My biggest concern is not timing out at this point. But as long as we don't time out, we should be a-okay. Draw. Shotgun. Just do this immediately. That's not the effect one. Did it do? Why can't I use this? Oh my god, it's not level 10. That's insane. It's not level 10 because of the stupid Predaplant. Oh my god. Okay, I didn't account for that. That's very interesting. Ankh was not a good draw, but what are you gonna do? I'll have to negate this. So that means red is still alive. Yeah, he's gonna use red now. Requiem, sure. So now I have to be careful with the clock because this game is no longer simple. I shouldn't have even set this then if I knew I couldn't have used it, because I know I have the other Ankh to set it anyways in a turn. Wow, okay. I love when Yu-Gi-Oh gets interesting games like this because this is not intuitive, not remotely. Okay, keeping up the Quem. Okay, so he's gonna revive this Tepelia. But this doesn't make Aquarius. Okay. That's negated. So Quem gets the revive one. I have to go fast. Tepelia is fine. That revives. He has nothing to discard with Albaz, so this doesn't actually do anything. Albion. Sure. Alright, so how do I do this fast? I'm gonna have to start off with this. My clock is really annoying me. This might get rough. He's thinking now. Oh, I lose 1,000 life points, right? Oh, it's negated. That's funny. I get the bonus. Alright. Start off with this immediately. I'll toggle off for now. Just so I can go a bit faster. Effect, reveal Ankh. Add back the hand. Yes. Get Golem. I'm gonna go into Fiendsmith cards real quick. Just thinking here. I have rank 8 access, I guess, but there's no way they expect that. Did I forget to put Moon in this deck? Oh my god, I did. Alright, well, we're gonna have to ignore that, how bad that is for a second. Effect here, I guess. And Rainbow Dragon. Nope, it's negated anyways. Effect. Add to Temple. Yeah, have to go fast, have to go fast. Now we'll go for SP because I have to just burn cards. Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot the Moon. Not having Moon in my deck is actually so criminal. Yeah, I'm really struggling with time here. Here's 2 materials, yes. Yes, gain. Make all monsters 0, that's fine. This trigger if I steal by battle. Take control. I don't know. I have to just go. Or 5. So now it shuffles back in the deck. So that way he can't put it in the grave. Oh, and he conceded. Oh, the clock. The clock problem. I hate the clock sometimes, but okay, we got there. But the idea is there. We'll have the negate set up. We'll have the Regeki set up. Does Queritus trigger if I kill by battle? Let me go read that real quick, because that would have been really... Oh, it would have been worse if it did trigger, but I couldn't remember if it did or it didn't. Queritus triggers... I think it's only by card effect, right? Yeah, but okay, so it wouldn't have triggered. If I attack over both, then I have 2 spell negates and a Regeki, I would have been fine. My only issue was the clock there. Now, let me go fix my deck real quick. For some reason, when I built this deck, I forgot a bunch of cards. I know I also forgot Gallant Granite, and I put that in over to Gears, but I do need to put in a... Appaloosa never comes up. I'll get rid of this card. I do need to put in Moon. I actually cannot believe I forgot Closed Moon. So, this is what the deck is supposed to look like if you're not a dunce like me. However... Yeah, I don't really have an excuse. This is why we check things over twice. But close one. Good close call. I am happy mostly with how we played that. I think the game could have been played a bit better, but considering we didn't know it was branded, we recovered pretty well. All right, on to the next one. We're up against Animosi here, going second. Hands okay. Okay, Ostinato, very powerful card. We'll see if this is a pure Melodious deck or a Pendulum Slop combo deck very quickly. But yeah, so here we got Dark Ruler plus Shield is our only kind of way of just playing. This looks like actual Melodious. Dark Ruler should be very good against this. Guess if I can maneuver this in a way that's ideal to me, if I can get them to Dark Ruler, stop their field, and then resolve Escados on Fairy, the game probably ends right there. That'd be ideal. I'm not saying that's guaranteed going to happen, but yeah, their start is pretty good. Ostinato Refrain is like dream open. They're gonna get the setup real here, the Aria real quick. Oh, they might bring back Soprano. Okay, so they're gonna go for Greedy line, which it's fine. I don't think it's that bad. This is bad for them thinking like Bistral and then hand trap, or not Bistral, Nibiru, and then hand trapped afterwards. Or I guess Bistral plus Nibiru type thing. Yeah, no, this is a lot of cards to deal with. Dark Ruler is somewhat effective against this, but you have to remember that you can't kill them. You need to make sure you're putting up an end field that is good enough to deal with Melodious Clapback, which is notoriously pretty strong. This deck, however, can put up a lot, so that's not an immediate concern. That being said, however, I don't have any of my Link fodder, right? I don't have... yeah, I don't have a lot. I just have this. No Sengajin, no Temple, no Golem, no Crystal Beast. It's worth noting that in this deck, I talked about how I want Escados here. My only way to search Escados right now is off Melody. I wouldn't normally consider it a crucial part of this deck. However, if more and more we start finding how important it is going second, we could choose to play an Nemesis Flag in here and then Infernal Flame Banshee as something we can get off of Pegasus combo, as well as, you know, your normal summoning, right? You can use the Fiendsmiths or the Millenniums into Beatrice and Bridge and get into Pegasus that way. And in that same way, you get access to Flag, Escados, and Thumbs Up. And then after all that, you Ankh, same as you would. Yeah, so here's the lock. So if you're not familiar with this lock, this is going to be you cannot target them, or destroy them by battle, and this just stops the card effects. I think Elegy is kind of poo. You may need it in some formats, but most of the time it's not good. This is going to be a bounce. It's going to be a banish 3. Dark Ruler here, though, should just, like, pretty much turn all of it to nothingness. I wish I had, like, a way of using this on my turn to, like, Regeki him. Because obviously if I Dark Ruler him and I can't do anything else, then it's not good for anything. I don't know why I had 12 there. That was... Wait, what? What's happening? Oh, okay. They're going to fuse these two, making a second Shuberta, perhaps? Okay, second Shuberta. Whatever. Yeah. Anyways. Get back that. So, okay, we know most of this. They only have one hand trap at most. They didn't get to use the Concerto Shuffleback effect, which is nice. That's one less card in their hand. This is doable for us. Give me a good engine card here. That's not the worst. There's a world where I go discard this. Maybe they shoot Bayarda immediately and it turns on thrust. That would be like incredibly ideal. What if I Dark Rulers, there a higher chance that they Ash this? I'm gonna Dark Ruler first, higher chance they Ash. I don't think there's any world which they would actually banish this on resolution. Alright, now let's use the Heart of the Eyes of Blue. Hopefully their hand trap, if they have one, isn't Droll, because that would just pretty much invalidate everything that I'm suggesting. Remember, the toggles could just be these, so we mustn't read too much into the toggles. Let's activate shield. And then, yeah, show the Ankh. Card in hand. Yes. Alright, so letting this resolve. I don't know why I put this in attack mode. That was no real reason to do that. So from here, I think the play involves me normal summoning this as much as I really dislike that. And going into Fiendsmith stuff. And now, why? Because I can pop this, and when it leaves the field, it floats. Now, you may say, that sounds stupid. Why would I let them float? But it turns on thrust, and he may not have a hand trap at this point. So, yeah, I'm going to go for that as my win condition right now. Am I playing Goddess in here? No, right? Yeah. So I don't need to use the effects. I may as well just debate if he has Ghost Ogre for whatever reason. No. Okay, yeah. It's free, right? Free is free. Now the risk using that is Ghost Ogre, but obviously I want them to Ghost Ogre me, which is why I'm doing this. All right, now effect special from deck. Engraver. No Necroquip Sorceress here. That would have really helped to make a 1-card rank 6. Just to help try bait him out a bit. I actually made my normal summon though, so I couldn't even use Pegasus if I wanted to. And if he doesn't float, then it's one less body to deal with on the backswing. Concerto. If he draws Ash off of it, it's of course just very unfortunate, but that's something I'm gonna have to just deal with. Now what am I discarding with Melody? I don't even know what this does. Copy destroyed by battle card effects. Take no damage involving attacks. This card battles a special monster. Click damage when equal. Wait, how do I kill this? Do I kill that card? Copy destroyed by battle or card effects. That's that's very annoying. Huh. Okay. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Thrust. Hopefully I didn't draw Ash. That'd be very unfortunate. Let's get the Melody. And now I'm going to discard Ankh here, I think. Because I can get another Heart that has a blue. As well as Protos. Yeah, so here. I'm not getting the Crystal Beast cards this time. I don't have any Wedgie Temples to go ham with. Special summon. I'm going to have to get rid of this, obviously. This. Do I need both Life Fiends in Grave? I do, right? I do need both. Yes, I'm going to get rid of the Heart. Which isn't the best versus this deck anyways, so it's not a big deal. Alright, now let's call Fairy. Hopefully no effect failure. Perfect. Alright, so he's locked out for the turn, which is awesome for us. I'm going to go Sequence now because Desiree sends, so it can beat this, which is important. We'll put back all of my Fiendsmith cards. I'm not going to have them for follow-up for next turn, but that's okay. It's going to have to be okay. Yeah, so summon Desiree. I don't think I have a better out, right? I guess I can go SP, right? I can go summon this, Beatrice SP. That's better. I don't know why I said Desiree. This is definitely better. Okay. And effects target the grave. Special summon Engraver Field. Yes. Oh, I guess I could have gone for track Yeah, I should have done that. Anyways, Beatrice is a fairy. I can't even make Beatrice. That's hilarious. Okay, so I guess I can't go Beatrice. I can go SP and then Rabbit. Is that the better play? Is that what I'm doing? SP Rabbit? Yeah, I don't mind that. Rabbit's not very good here, though. Can I draw a card? I can, right? Because I haven't used Engraver yet, right? I've not, so I can go... We go SP first. Oh, I don't have to either way. Yeah, no. This is actually completely okay. SP, banish that card. I'm not going to shuffle back my Engraver. And they just conceded. Okay. But yeah, the idea there is simple. I can't deal damage this turn, so remember, it doesn't matter how much life points he has. I can't deal damage because of Dark Blue no more. But the idea from that point is I'm going to go revive Engraver. And then go Lizard Haggardos with 2 of them. I'm probably going to keep up the sequence or the... whatever I want to put back in my deck with Ankh. Probably going to rather put the... I'd rather put the SP back. So I'm going to link away the sequence and the Engraver for Lizard. Banish yourself to make SP 800, draw a card, and then Ankh. The alternative instead of that was to go for the Lizard, not Lizard, the Rabbit, and set Azurine Statue. However, it's also a fairy. I can't even do that under the Protos lock. But yeah, that was the game plan. And of course, on top of all this, remember, my opponent cannot summon fairies on the next turn, which is literally all of Melodious. So obviously, the Dark Ruler did a lot of the heavy lifting there, but that was still cool. On to the next. Okay. On to game number 3. We have won this roll up against Jay. I feel like our game's been rather difficult because I haven't had time to goof off and say, like, Yugioh, Obliterate. You know, I've actually had to think and use my brain. James here is using the same field and everything, except instead of the world's base like me, true champion, he's got the Millennium Shield, which is arguably more in character. But 42 card deck, I'm not sure exactly what that means they're playing. How do I want to lead off here? Try eat a hand trap here or go for a play that is potentially better than the draw. I don't mind putting this in grave if I get rolled here. This is fine. I could also eat an Ash real quick, which I would not mind considering I already have Ankh. Perfect. Already have Ankh. Very, very okay. That was best case scenario. I'm not going to thrust yet because obviously if we play into an Ibiru or a Bestial, I'm going to want the Ankh later. Now, one downside of the combo variant over the other versions of this deck is this deck can actually get an Ibiru on the Exodia, which feels really bad. However, most of the time in Master Duel, by nature of Maxi existing, Nibiru is a lot worse. So I expect it to be played less than the TCG. That being said, if there's ever a meta where Nibiru is prevalent, I probably would not play this version because you have very little recourse against Nibiru. Golem here, right? Yeah, for sure it's Golem. Okay. I'm going to have to place an Exodia piece here, which feels neg, but it's fine. They still have a toggle there, so it could be anything. It could be an Imperm, which obviously we'll deal with when the time comes. Expect to search the Yugioh Temple. Don't mind if I do. Temple, and place the Exodia piece. Placing the Exodia piece is not the end of the world. The amount of games you'll have where you just draw the Exodia pieces feels kind of like poo. Like, obviously this feels bad. It's just a neg one, but it's a necessity to the deck, unfortunately. Show a card in hand. Yes, show the Ankh. Call me Ankh, because I am old. Yeah, sometimes I feel old. I used to be the young player. I don't know anymore, guys. Ugh. Some of you kids, you youngins, my age really shows. Luckily, this is summon number 4, so they can't Nibiru until after we get to Requiem, which means we get to establish at least that follow-up and resiliency. Not that I really care if this would get nibbed anyways, but yeah. I can't believe I forgot game 1 with the moon. That's so embarrassing. Alright. Still toggle. This is going to be a quick Beatrice line right here. At least that's what I have in mind first. Special Engraver. I sent Snow and then Snow's. There's not enough cards for Snow is the thing. I put Snow in this deck because I'm like, Snow is awesome, but the likelihood of getting this summoning Snow, like committing the cards to it, it's just so unlikely. It's probably still just Snow here because I don't. Black Goat's gonna get set off the rest anyways. But yeah, okay. So attach Engraver, and I'm gonna send. I had normal summon yet. I guess it could be Bridge or Paradise. Those are cards I want to use with Snow. It could just be Paradise, actually. You know what? It's Paradise. Paradise is better. Yeah. Honestly, you probably don't even need to play Snow in this deck. I'm just like a glutton for Snow. I love that card. I'm very vocal about my love of that card. Bistral? I wouldn't mind a Bistral here. Let me thrust. Oh, that's annoying. Ironically, that's more annoying because I wanted to be able to talents look at their hand. Okay. And his follow up. That's lame, bro. That's not fair. It's not fun. All right, let's just onk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I still have onk for follow up with the Melodious Engrave. I got the Heart of Blue Engrave. I got the Paradise, and I'm gonna get Black Goat here. Exodia! Obliterate! Alright. Pressing forward now. No, I do not want to negate myself. Let's set. It's funny that there might be 2 level 10 or higher monsters in the field with this, but that is obviously terrible. We're just going to get Black Goat. And they know every card we have now, so we can't trick them. They should know we have 2 onks. Let it search the soft shield. Let's set the Regeki. Fires of Rage. That is all. I got 4 cards to deal with Spell and Trap Negate. The Black Goat Laughs, Heart of Blue Eyes, Paradise, and the Black Goat. Now the Paradise might get used to send an Engraver instead of Desiree, depending if I decide I need more follow-up that's good into a field. That's... You know, this feels bad, right? Because if you negate this, then Talents is live. Is like the problem. Like they waited for main phase to do that, which is correct, because now I'm in a predicament. If I don't negate it, so why would you negate this? Well, you negate it because now they can attack over you if they don't. Oh, that's not gonna game loss. I'd rather them use the battle phase. If they summon a monster and go battle phase, I can use the Regeki, and then the battle phase is gone. Okay, then that's the other reason if they have Regeki. I guess I wasn't expecting Regeki. Okay, well, they have 2 cards, 2 of Paradise and a Black Goat Laughs. It's not dire. Not yet. Well, that's a card. Okay. I think it's Kaiman here. Wait, that's not. This doesn't make sense, right? I don't get it. Why would he go saying and summoning last? His last card is Kaiman. His last card Kaiman? No, it's not, right? Okay, this is fine. Black Goat Laugh should beat this, I think. And again, Roku. Sure. Discarding Genro. Okay, discard Genro. This is fine. I mean, it's as fine as it can be. Kaiman. Okay, so Black Goat Laughs. So I want to call Bident. I call Bident, right? Because then enforcing them to synchro. He gets Fadra. revive Genroku. That's still annoying if he gets Vajra there. No, I have to call Chandra, I think. I don't have time to think this through because I'm gonna need next turn as well. I'm gonna call Chandra here. So he can't get Chandra anymore. If he gets Chandra, he insta loses. He has to get Genroku, right? Otherwise he can't synchro. If he gets Vajra, that doesn't work. And now he has no tuners. So he can swing and deal some damage to me. Like, obviously, this can attack as well. I'm not going to Paradise. I'm not going to block 1,600 damage. It's not enough. Am I supposed to send Engraver now off this? Probably. Because I don't care about this, right? It really doesn't do anything. Nothing else is banished, right? Just the Engraver. Yeah. Unless there's a new Tenpai tuner I've never heard of. They're doing it now, so I could send Desiree to deal with something if I want to, but there's no point. Yeah, this is going to be another Hydra. Yeah. So I'll take 3,300 more. I'll be at 3,000. I think that's fine. I'm going to put Engraver. That way I have the Engraver plus Moon. They can make Erratic Seal, but I have Ankh. So I have Ankh plus Engraver. Ankh can bait out the Erratic Seal, which is what I really care about. And then the Ankh can close it out, because it just gets the Regeki in the end phase and then puts him down to 0. And what is this at Mashal? It's at 2, right? It's at 2. Okay, so one of these left. This is gone. They are running out of resources, which is nice. And from here, yeah, seal, right? Yeah, I mean, this is fine. This is fine. I can cope. I guess they can seal bounce back follow up, but the Exodia card still negates this, so I don't really care about that. I don't have Black Goat for next turn. That's bad, obviously. All right, Engraver effect. I could Black Goat, but I don't need to do that either right now. Okay, obviously if he bounces, it doesn't do anything. If he bounces, I get to use Temple too, which would be even better. I doubt he's that thick, right? I guess I can't even. Oh wait, I don't have another Engraver in deck because Engraver's at 2. Oh wow, this doesn't actually work. Oh, this was a mistake. That was a mistake. Okay, well, I'm an idiot. I clicked the right card, right? Yeah, I did. Why did I think I had another Engraver in deck? Yeah, I'm so used to having 3 in the TCG. I just burned my Requiem. That's amazing. You shouldn't bounce the Requiem. You probably should. He doesn't know that I have nothing left. I don't know, because bouncing this isn't even good. Yeah. One Magnamut. Okay. Sure. Then there's Ankh, right? Yeah, it's just Ankh. Hit him with the good old Ankh. All right. Battle phase. May as well kill a Hydra, right? I can gain life. I can gain attack, right? No reason not to. Making sure I'm not making a mistake. Not again. Effects. Okay, so gaining attack is important because it's going to be permanent. Obliterate the Hydra. And just on. That way I can let him resolve Magnamut, and if he gets again Roku, which he does have any Genrokus left? He does have one, in theory. Then effect again. Let him resolve that. And then if he summons Genroku, I'd nuke it. If he doesn't search off this, then it doesn't matter, but he should not be able to kick Genroku here. And then if he just gets a Chandra, then I'm going to nuke these two monsters off the field. Then I'll have the Regeki and the Smell Trap negate, which should be enough to win this time. My life points are getting a little low, truthfully. I have to be a little careful, because this also will stop gaining attack points. I will need to draw something that actually does something. This was like a really bad draw. Get Hydra back. Okay. Yeah, so let's nuke this distance. And change back to auto. Okay. Yep. Normal summon, no effect. Did they draw Kaiman? That'd be so ass for them if they drew Kaiman. I can go with Typhon here, I guess, which I'll just nuke. That happens. Typhon. Yeah. Let's just blow it up. Okay. They have a chainable. It is Kaiman. Okay, so they drew Kaiman. End phase, I'm going to search. At Forbidden One, back to hand. I'm actually going to add the Head of Exodia to deal extra damage, because this is only going to deal 5,000 next turn, which is low-key, like, not that much. And I'm going to clock, because I lose 1,000 every standby, or my standbys. Unless I draw a good card, but I can't use a Millennium card. It's funny. Yep, lose 1,000. Actually, no, this is 5,000. Oh, it was fine either way, actually. Let me just make sure I can use like normal monsters for this. Sending 2 face-up monster cards. Okay, I can use normals. All right, so I'm gonna have to sacrifice my Exodia here, which is pretty pathetic, but it's good enough. Play small trap card zone, whatever. And then I'm gonna sacrifice both of these to summon the Snake Eyes Doomed Dragon. No, I do not want to play something with small trap card zone. All right, normal summon Head of Exodia. Exodia! Obliterate! 1,000 damage. Doomed Dragon, get in there. I didn't actually need the head. This is exactly 1,000, not the head. Now there should be 5,000 here. Actually, Exodia. Incarnate. Destroy him! Darned Tenpai duelists. Stand no match against the power of Exodia. All right, so that was my Millennium Exodia combo deck. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is a deck that I've showed you guys in the TCG before, with some modifications to the Master Duel format, as well as with the new cards that have been released. I find it a lot of fun, and I personally prefer this a lot more than the stun version, because I feel like I have more freedom, more flexibility. And it's weird. It feels wrong to play a stun version of this deck when the Millenniums like naturally provide you with 3 bodies that you should be doing combo stuff with. It's almost strangely anti-synergistic the way it all works with Millennium Monk. That being said, I just hopefully showcased you how you can still make combos work while also adhering to the Exodia game plan. It works pretty well for me, and let me know what you guys think. I'll see you all next time. Peace.